Is Led Zeppelin the greatest rock and roll band to ever exist in the known universe? Well, yes, of course. Led Zeppelin Rules, revealed. Up next on your Higgins Report. Good evening and welcome to your Higgins Report. I'm Mike Higgins reporting, and here's my report. While once considered somewhat subjective, scholars have recently revealed conclusive evidence that Led Zeppelin is once and for all the greatest band that ever existed. Bands like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones are truly great bands. These bands are considered BZ, also known as before Zeppelin. Other great bands like Rush, Triumph, and performers such as Stevie Ray Vaughan are AZ, also known as after Zeppelin. BZ bands are said to be musically prophetic. AZ bands continued to spread the rock, which was good news. Is it coincidence that there are 10 Commandments and also 10 Led Zeppelin albums, 9 studio and 1 live? Highly unlikely. I sure did want to include a few iconic Led Zeppelin riffs in this video, but YouTube copyright rules do not allow me to introduce even short clips into the official record, even when presenting it as evidence of Led Zeppelin's dominance. So please, bear with the royalty-free jingles. So, on to the evidence I can present. Scholars have discovered a list of Led Zeppelin rules. In fact, there are 10. Coincidence? Highly unlikely. Interestingly, they weren't found etched in stone tablets, but were deciphered from etchings found on a special pressing of the album Physical Graffiti. For you younger people, this was only available on vinyl. Much better. Rule number 1. It's Led Zeppelin. There are no other bands greater. Rule number 2. Do not take the name Led Zeppelin in vain. Obvious, of course. Rule number 3. Thou shalt listen. Make it a regular thing. Rule number 4. Honor your mother and father's Led Zeppelin collection. It's probably on vinyl, the way it should be. Rule number 5. Thou shalt not turn off a Led Zeppelin song. Wait until it's finished, please. Rule number 6. Thou shalt not let your husband or wife keep you from Led Zeppelin. You can get a new spouse. There'll never be another Led Zeppelin. Rule number 7. Don't steal Zeppelin. It's great music. Buy it over and over on different media. 8-track, cassette, vinyl, DVD, Blu-ray, digital copy, streaming. It's worth it. Rule number 8. Thou shalt not ask a neighbor to turn down Led Zeppelin. Absolutely. Rule number 9. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's Zeppelin. Get your own. Don't be so cheap. Last but not least, rule number 10. It's Led Zeppelin. There are no other bands greater. Mentioned twice because it's so important. Coda, back to the beginning. Coincidence? Highly unlikely. And we're back. My final thoughts. Led Zeppelin rules. We all already knew that. Now we have the rules to live by. Follow these rules and you will find peace. God created the heavens and the earth. Lucky for us, He also gave us the gift of Led Zeppelin. That's it. And that concludes this edition of your Higgins Report. As always, no topic is taboo. If you have something you'd like us to address, something controversial, please feel free to post it in the comments below. Also, we ask that you always like and subscribe to this channel. Until next time, peace be with you.